Hey there, fellow parents. Welcome to the Real Life of Parenting podcast, where we're all about embracing the chaos, sharing the laughter, and navigating the roller coaster ride of parenthood. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jenna.
And together, we're your co-pilots on this adventure.
Each episode will dive into the highs and the lows and the hilariously unpredictable moments that make parenting the wild journey it is.
So get ready for real stories, genuine conversations, and a few parenting hacks along the way. Whether you're dealing with diaper disasters or celebrating the small victories, we've got your back.
So buckle up, hit play, and let's embark on this parenting odyssey together. This is The Real Life of Parenting, where every episode is a reminder that you are not alone in the beautiful chaos of raising little ones. Hi there. Welcome back to the Real Life of Parenting podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Jenna.
And I'm Jeff.
And our topic today is going to be taking care of yourself. It's a very, very, very important topic to talk about when it comes to parenting.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing with taking care of yourself is your whole day is essentially your whole day is essentially taking care of others, especially the stay-at-home moms or dads, whatever. You're always putting the needs of everyone first, and you sometimes truly just don't do what you need to do to take care of yourself, especially when you're filling up with stress and anxiety and emotions, and you're getting it all kind of pent up and all that good stuff. Well, not good stuff.
Yeah, because you truly can't take care of your kid or your family without taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. It's very important.
Yeah, it definitely affects the relationships. Like, it'll affect you and your partner. It's going to affect you and your kids. So in reality, taking the 5 minutes that you need to yourself, or, getting out, having a little spa day, or doing whatever, grandparents come over, take the kids for a couple hours, you and your spouse can, have a little peace and quiet or relaxation, essentially. So let's figure out a few reasons why we might be stressed.
Yeah, so a few reasons might be, an obvious one would be lack of sleep with the babies. That could definitely play a toll on your overall mood.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yes.
Yeah, because adjusting to no sleep sucks.
It does.
I'm kind of used to it though.
Yeah.
That's all they do for you when you get in the military is first thing to do is take away all your sleep and see how you operate under pressure when they're like, go get that shit done in about 2 minutes, and you're like, I need 10.
Yeah.
So I was a little accustomed to it, but it was definitely a change for you.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I'm used to the lack of sleep that I'm getting at this point. It's just been kind of a pattern for me and Lily. So
how'd you sleep last night? Great, got a full 30 minutes.
Yeah, basically it. Yeah. But yeah, so lack of sleep is definitely a big one. But I think with lack of sleep comes getting ill because your body hasn't had that rest, that recuperation.
Yeah, you just get that tired sickness, just when
you're
just
under the weather
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important for all of us new moms, seasoned moms, or parents in general to really take that step back. Mm-hmm. Even if it is for 5-10 minutes, even if you're sitting on the couch and the kids are content, playing with whatever, and they're quiet, shut your eyes for, 5 to 10 minutes. It's,
within reason, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying all day or go for a nap and leave them unattended. It's just if you need to just shut your eyes because they're so heavy and you feel so tired, that's okay. You're not doing anything wrong, and you shouldn't feel guilty or selfish for doing something for you during the day, even if it is for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. Another thing is especially when it comes to lack of sleep, and you've been telling your kids all day to stop trying to climb on the table or do things that are going to impact them and hurt them. And you can feel definitely very frustrated. I think frustrated's a nice word about that. A little overwhelmed, right?
Yeah.
And you're definitely going to be like, you're ready to burst kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you
They're
haven't
just
had a break.
not listening. And
Yeah.
literally you'll tell them like to get off the table, and they'll get off the table, and 2 seconds later they're back on that table, and you're like, okay.
You forcefully remove them from the table, and now they've screamed their heads off and flailing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, stop climbing the table, and then they climb right back up anyways. Like,
yeah, exactly.
they're just testing your patience all day long, right? Seeing what they can get away with.
Yeah, like honestly, like being overtired or sick or just like overstimulated, like adults can be overstimulated as well as
100%.
kids.
Like when they're just screaming their heads off all day long, like they're just having one of those days and they're just like, ah.
Like it sucks parenting when you're overtired and overstimulated and frustrated, and when you feel like you're like, okay, I need a break. You need to make time to have that break.
100%. Like you need to, I think biggest thing is that you got to communicate that with your partner.
Yes.
And be like, listen, I've had it like today, like I just need to go take a quick break or do something.
Go have a bath.
Have a bath, yeah. I like baths.
Either like a bubble bath or light up your favorite candle, like just kind of
have a tea, like just something that just like engages other senses and just kind of gives you that peaceful relaxation feeling.
That's right. Or go for a walk to the park, or go for a walk, take your dog out for a walk, or just something like that. I know. Sorry, trigger words there, Mickey.
You can also take the kiddos up there too.
And
maybe letting them run around might be a little bit better. Get them out of the house and let them be silly at the park and
get some vitamin D.
Get some vitamin D. Get some energy out.
It's always a good vitamin to get for sure.
So activities definitely can help with overcoming a lot of stress. Working out can be a little challenging for some moms. Not even necessarily working out, but getting just active, I think. That can include anything from like yoga, going for walks like we were talking about, going up to the park. And then especially when you're including kids in the activities, they like to do silly things. They like to have fun. So if you're able to allow them to have fun along with you while you're doing something that you like to do, that's a win-win, right? Like, I think that's the best way to go about it.
I think so too. And like, just a point on the yoga, I think that's great because like both of our kids, the second we say, all right, let's do downward dog, they go right down into downward dog. Like they know what they're doing.
They don't even do yoga, like really, like
no.
I think they just kind of, I forget how it kind of started. I think they were just kind of being silly one day and you're like, oh, you want to do downward dog? And you're doing downward dog with them. And
they know exactly what I say when I say it, and down they go.
So like doing yoga and stuff, like they watch you. They're
sponges.
Yeah, you're the biggest teacher, right? So if you're showing them that it's fun to do physical activities or anything like that, that rubs off on them. Yeah. Even if you're someone who's struggling with being physically fit or, issues with weight, or it's just hard for you, but like the little things that you do for your kids to let them be active, it helps them in the long run. Yeah,
exactly. Like even something simple like putting on some music during the day, dancing with your kids, or putting on a musical for your kids.
Get some WAP going.
It really, maybe not. Yeah, that's not really.
You can turn on your favorite Wiggle song and
like our kids are. You can
say the dance and see if they'll do the dance. I don't know what to tell you.
Our kids are super, super, super into the Wiggles. So that's like a go-to in the morning, Monday to Friday, because the Wiggles aren't on.
I always
in the on the weekends. Yeah. So we just put on Netflix usually, but it's like one of their favorite shows.
I've always said that like on my deathbed, I'm gonna be laying there, and it's just gonna be the only thing going through my head is gonna be the Wiggles. That's all I'm gonna be thinking the whole time.
It's just gonna be fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
It really sucks. Like It's cute that they love the music. But even your own music, right? Like if you want some pop music or whatever, or like your
Yeah.
metal or hard rock, as long as the kids like it.
Yeah. Another good thing for your mind and your body is also to join some play groups around your area, local area.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be moms going through the same thing or have the same aged kids, and they're feeling the same way you are.
Yeah.
So joining those groups, or even joining like a supportive and relatable support system,
Yeah.
I think is really important as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think like clubs and that kind of thing, like not necessarily book clubs, but like any sort of like thing along those lines, clubs in general, something where you get together with a group of friends once a week and you can leave the kids at home, maybe with the husband, or leave them at home with your grandparent. Well, not your
Their
grandparent, their
grandparents,
grandparents,
yeah.
whoever it is that you trust. And that way it's just something where it's a routine to get out of the house once a week, away from the kiddos.
Yeah.
Because as much as we love them, you do
You
need
need a
your break
mental
from
break. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And then just talking to people about things that aren't kid things.
Yeah.
I think that's an important one. Right?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, it does do
Mm-hmm.
good to get things off your chest too.
Yep.
Don't ever bottle stuff up, because that's like the worst thing you can do.
What?
Always, always, always be open to your spouse and your partner. Yeah, don't bottle things up. You can even write down your thoughts. If you have a really hard time talking about your emotions or talking about anything thought related, like just you can always have a journal and just write them down, and then
Yeah.
you don't have to talk about them. They're all on paper, and if that's what makes you feel better, then that's great.
Yeah. I would recommend though, like at some point talking to your spouse if you are writing a lot of stuff down in your journal.
Yeah.
So like one point, like you're not gonna all of a sudden have this come up and I don't know, a year later you're getting divorced because you didn't tell them anything and you're
Yeah.
both just been fighting with each other forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Heard horror stories. It's just
Communication is key.
communication is key. So
Yeah, always.
I think journaling would help write down your ideas if you don't know how to formulate them in your head, because at least that way you're thinking about them and you're writing them down. And then when you do go to talk to your support network, you have your ideas on paper,
Yeah.
and it'll be easier for you to recall your stresses or whatever is really getting you frustrated. And then that way you can tackle the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Think that's a really big one, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Another really important thing is we had talked about it just earlier, not too long ago, earlier in the episode, is you need to make time for yourself.
yeah.
There is no such thing as I don't have time. I don't have time for me. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You need to find the time.
That's pretty big. That's pretty self-explanatory for the most part. If you're not finding the time to really take care of yourself, you can't. I wouldn't trust yourself to take care of your other kids and stuff. Like you're gonna run yourself to the ground, and you're not gonna be like the parent that you can be for your kids. You're gonna have no energy. You're gonna be just completely shot, and it just kind of sucks, right? Like when we're both exhausted, it's really hectic in this house. When you're overtired right now and you've been for a little bit, and I've been trying to keep my cool and not let the kids drive you too insane. But,
No, you've been great. You've been fine.
but yeah, it's kind of hard, and you gotta understand.
And you have to understand each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like how they're feeling.
If you're someone who doesn't have the support at home, you don't have another person in your life. If you have a friend that's really close, anything like that, just anyone to kind of help you out once in a while, that's probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah. Always hang out with friends and family.
Yeah.
Spend the time out of the house as well.
Yeah.
Get fresh air with your friends. Just anything that helps take care of you and your needs.
You do make your own family. So even if you don't have that family support, like If you have friends who you would trust no matter what, or that kind of stuff, they could be
Yep.
technically your family too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You might call your best friend auntie whoever for your kid, kind of
Yes.
thing, or
Yes.
we're gonna go see Uncle Jack today, and it's like your buddy Jack or whatever, right? That's
Yeah.
always good to have, like just a couple people that are like super close.
Yeah. And like, I mean, even when you're, let's say you're just sitting there having some quiet time, your kids are content, they're playing. Another good thing you could do is make a to-do list. I know it's like, oh, who wants to make a to-do list? Like, oh, we have so many things to do. It's like, no, it's just for a sense of accomplishment. You can whittle away at those petty little things that are bothering you every day.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all at once. It's just kind of to check the box off once you've done it. It's like, okay, that's great. Like I feel accomplished today. I got this
Yeah.
and this done. Or even if you get one chore done, household chore done, like if you do the dishes one day and then you do laundry the next day, it's like, okay, great. Like this is a lot better than it was before.
The thing with the to-do list is that it basically gives your thoughts that are up here somewhere to be, and it takes those thoughts out of your head. Instead of going, shit, I need to get the dishes done, I need to get the laundry done, I gotta clean the house, I need to sweep the floors, I have to mop, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, oh, the car's gotta get oil change, I gotta go get gas, I have to do this, right? Like if you write that down, you can go basically point by point, and you can go at your pace, and you can understand how fast you need to go,
And it's
essentially.
less of a worry.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, so that's one less thing to worry about. You can check that off.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it takes a little bit of relief out of your, like, gives you a little bit of relief, I guess is the best way to say
On like the
that.
daily basis. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
think we've done to-do lists a few times,
Yeah,
especially
we
when
have.
family's coming over, and I'm like, there's like 500 things we have to do.
So many things.
Yeah, we had our like Christmas dinner, and I'm like, I gotta do both bathrooms, and we gotta get the dishes done, and I gotta go do something with the cars.
We gotta do the floors.
Gotta do the floors, gotta do this, gotta organize the basement.
Make sure the living room's on a mess with toys everywhere.
Yeah. Well, organize the basement's been on the list a few times, so I never got that one done. Yeah.
Well, you can't just do everything, right?
No, that's
It's
it.
one day at a time, one or two
You know
chores
what?
at a time.
That must be why you're so exhausted. You're just tired of watching me do everything.
That's it. You know what? You hit the nail on the head with that one.
That's it. Yeah. You go to work all day, and all you do is take care of the kids. Can't believe it.
That's it. That's all
all.
I do. But yeah, like I definitely agree with the point of making a nice day for yourself.
Oh.
At some point, if you're feeling super run down, you just literally need to get out of the house and just go do something, whether it's shopping, whether it's get your hair done, whether it's going to the spa for a
Yeah.
nice relaxing hour or two away from home.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. It is super, super important.
And no, you don't need to do that like every single week, but like
Treat
whatever.
yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. And it's
Yeah.
just somewhere to go and just be taken care of.
Yeah.
You could also just do a spa day at your house, like, or something, like kids are snoozing, it's bedtime, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna have me a nice bubble bath, just nice and warm, light some candles. I'm more likely to have a bath than you are, but light the candles.
Yeah, I'm not
maybe
much of a bath person.
Yeah,
I don't know. I used to be, but
I like it. I miss the soaker tub we used to have.
oh,
That was
I
nice.
couldn't even use it because I was pregnant. Maybe that's why I'm not much of a bath person
Maybe
now.
not.
Because like I've been pregnant for
It was a weird size, right? Like it was kind of like a 1.5 person tub, wasn't it? The soaker
yeah,
tub?
yeah. It didn't fit two people.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
Doesn't help that like I'm tallish.
You are tall.
Yeah, like I'm not like if I say I'm tall, people are like, oh, how tall are you? I'd be like close to 6 foot. You'd be like, yeah, seem
Just
taller.
over.
Most people are like 6'4", they're tall. Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss that. That was a nice
Yeah,
time.
the soaker tub was nice.
I still do
I
the baths
agree.
like maybe once
Once in a blue moon.
once in a few weeks. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm having a bath tonight.
I'm like, okay,
Shut
go
the door,
for
run
it.
the water.
Fill your boots.
That's just something I like to do to relax.
Yeah.
You know, we had a hot tub.
And you know what? Another nice thing is like when you're at work, I do this sometimes. If the
You
kids
just
have
like
been just,
scream into a pillow.
yeah, exactly. No, like when the kids are sleeping and you're at work, and like if it's been like a hectic morning, I literally take a break from like all of the screen time. Like I literally put my phone down, I turn the TV off, and I will literally sit there with my coffee and just enjoy the fact that my kids are sleeping.
Oh, it's so nice when it's like
And it's
quiet.
just super quiet, and you feel so much better afterwards. Like even when the kids get up from their naps, it's like, wow, I've actually had, an hour and a half to 2 hours of no noise.
No, nothing. No kids asking you for stuff or showing
Yeah.
you things or screaming or yelling or
Screaming and yelling or getting mad and frustrated, and yeah, it's nice.
it's nice, yeah, when you get the quiet time. I missed well, I like the summer, but when I'd sit out on the back deck there and
Have your coffee
have the
or a tea,
coffee
whatever you
in the
drink
middle
in
of
the
summer and
morning.
just it's quiet. You can put music on, whatever.
Yeah, the birds are usually chirping nice and early in the
Yeah.
morning.
Those birds that find a home in our freaking rafter
The
and
robins, yeah, the
yeah.
robins, yeah, they're great.
Yeah, shit all over our deck. All over. Because they're like there's speakers that are built in up at the top.
Yeah, so they
They
like to
sit
make a
up there
nest.
and they poop all over down. So
They also like to make a nest on our fan, but
I'm not a fan of that.
oh, you're so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just cheap, cheap, cheap. They're
Yeah.
pretty birds, but listen, find a new home. I like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, like getting out of the house with the kids for walks to the park or even just in the backyard, just for them to get some fresh air as well as yourself.
Fresh air, let them run around.
Fresh air is like so important.
Just enjoy the quiet. Like,
Yeah, if it's quiet. But yeah, and then also another really, really important point, I think, is to try to eat as healthy as you can or as well as you can. Like,
yeah.
in,
So
like,
be mindful of what you're eating.
yeah.
When your kids are getting into the point where they're eating solids and they're not eating some things, and you're like, oh, I could just eat that and just start snacking on their stuff all day, that's when you start putting the weight on. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you start eating a little bits here, a little bits there. You start snacking because you're home all day with the kids. Like you just go over to the cupboard because you're kind of looking for something to do, and you decide, hey, I'm gonna eat a little bear paw, or I'm gonna eat eat whatever the heck kind of bars or whatever we got in the cupboard there.
Yeah.
Got some goldfish crackers.
It's bored hunger. It's not actual hunger. It's bored hunger.
Your guilty pleasure. You want to know what your guilty pleasure is?
What?
The chocolate chips in the cupboard.
Oh, yeah, I'm really bad for that.
Yeah, luckily we've been watching our calories lately, so you have to be careful. You can't just go over and take them.
I think I've still snuck a few here and there.
Oh, have you? Oh, look, we caught her. I knew it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really, really bad for chocolate chips.
I'm bad with those peanuts that we bought.
Yeah.
That just bought them. Yeah, I've just been going over and take them every once in a while.
It's like, yeah, like the chocolate chips. I think I read it was like 1/8 of a cup. It's like 70 calories. And I'm like,
Is that all? That seems pretty low.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So sometimes, like especially when you're like not a new mom, but like you've had your kid for a few months and they're really getting into like actually eating solids. And I found that with both them, like there's a lot of stuff they won't eat, and you're like, this shit's delicious, and so you'll eat it off their
Like,
tray.
what's wrong with you?
And I've also found out there's certain food when it's on their tray, it's like it's better just to not touch that. Like it's
Yeah, like breads and stuff. If
or
they've
pastas that they've been eating with their hands. You're
Yeah,
like,
or
I'm
like-
not touching that.
or like there's like some piece that they didn't like and they like take it out of their mouth and it's all soggy on the tray. It's like, oh, you're not gonna
Put
eat
that
that.
in your mouth. Ew, nasty.
That's definitely not something I would touch.
Yeah, definitely guilty of that. But eating healthy in general is a lot better than eating junk all the time.
It makes you feel better
Yeah,
too.
it does make you feel better. So if you're if you're at that point where, you had your baby, you haven't really lost any weight, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Get like an app and track your food. Something like, I think, what do we use? The Fitness Pal or
Fitness
whatever?
Pal, yeah.
Yeah, we don't pay for it, but we
Nope.
just use the free version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, we're cheap.
I don't want to know my macros. I just want to lose weight. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I just need to know how many calories I'm intaking during
That's
the
pretty
day.
much it, right? Like, but it'll give you an idea of how much you should eat, and then for a few weeks, like, really be very meticulous on everything that you eat, and you'll be surprised at how little certain foods you can eat. Like the pasta, like, I don't know what it is, 300 something calories for 85 grams, and you're like, that sounds like a lot.
Or
And you
like-
scoop it out onto your plate, and you're like, that is not a lot.
Or like you make a mad butter chicken, and it's like we
Oh.
would go for like seconds and thirds, and
Yeah,
like
and then we'd have like 2 naan breads. Doing the math in my head, it's like, that's probably like 1,500 calories right there. That's
it's
all.
like our daily intake of calories
Yeah.
in just one meal.
Yeah, if you saw me
Yeah.
about 2 years ago, you'd know that I really love food. So yeah, the first time I went on the diet was shortly after Liam got born.
Yeah.
Well, not shortly, but after we came home, because I think I was like 260, 270. Then I lost about 40 something pounds.
And then I was also very heavy, but it was mostly water weight
you
for
were all
me 'cause
water
I
weight.
was
You just
so
kinda dropped.
hypertensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dropped like most of my weight in about a month and a half after
Yeah,
my
you were all
C-section.
swelling. You were just
Yeah,
like,
it was just water weight.
you were full hypertension. You were like freaking Michelin man.
Yeah, there was hardly any baby weight there. It was literally just water weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was lucky in that way, but I still had to watch what I was eating afterwards.
Yeah, the full cankles and everything.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty heavy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also like it's hard like with the expecting moms too, and even the husbands or the partners or spouses. Like it's hard to watch. I mean, you can vouch for this. Like it was very hard seeing me eat all the time in my pregnancies because I was always
Yeah.
starving. So I would literally eat constantly.
You know what my favorite thing was? Was like, oh, Jenna, I could really go for a Dairy Queen Blizzard right now. And you'd be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, with extra fudge.
Yeah, the stupid Royal Blizzards or whatever the heck they are.
I would always get extra fudge. I still do.
I remember being a kid and buying like the biggest one that you could get and eating that all in like one sitting.
Yeah.
Now it's like a small is probably a good amount. And it's like even a medium like is almost a little much sometimes.
Too much for me now. Yeah.
I used to just be a bottomless pit when I was like a teenager.
Boys
like,
usually are.
I could just eat and eat and eat.
Yeah.
I can
boys
still
usually are.
eat and eat, but it goes to my hips.
I see. That's the thing. I wish I could just eat, and eat, and like nothing changes with my weight.
You can if it's
That's
just
the way my
vegetables.
brother is, but he's also super active too. Like he's always been an athlete.
He's doing all the triathlons and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell
biking.
you.
Yeah. But he's always been super active. But like he can literally eat what he wants, and like his body doesn't change. And I'm like, good for you, buddy.
It's probably not that he eats whatever he wants. It's probably when, other than like the odd day when you see him where he's eating whatever he wants, he's probably actually eating really well. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay.
Yeah, true.
And you can pretty much eat almost all the vegetables you want for like no calories.
It's just whether it's going to satisfy you for, 4 to 5 hours
Yeah.
between your meals,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Sorry, this is a whole new podcast. It's the dieting podcast now. No longer the real life of parenting.
yeah,
That's us just talking about. We could just do a food podcast. What do you think? Just
Yeah,
a hot
100%.
switch right now. Yeah. I could talk about food for hours. Talk about the best burgers, best fries. A&W's up there for best burger probably.
yeah,
Fries is Arby's. Arby's is shit at everything else.
yeah. But I think honestly, like the biggest point with this episode is, take care of yourself, eat well, you'll feel better.
Eat well. Just be a little more active. Get the kids active. Try healthy stuff with the kids if they eat it, they eat it kind of thing.
Ours don't.
Just always offer it there. And if you're eating that stuff, eventually they'll kind of start to get to it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Taking the time to take care of yourself. relax in the bathtub, go to the spa, I don't know, get your hair did.
Yeah.
Yeah, put on a fresh coat of makeup just because you want to. I don't know. I don't do makeup, so I don't know what to tell you. Um, I should
Yeah.
get the eyeshadow and just be like, look into my eyes.
It burns.
It burns.
And like the thing is like if you can't, like if you just can't relax at home, like just go somewhere, go shopping, go do something outside the house. Like I know for me, I have a really hard time relaxing. Like
Really?
if I were like if I were to take a bath or something, I can still hear the kids upstairs, and if they're whining and crying,
Do you close the door?
well, no, I can still hear them. It's muffled,
But do
but
you
I can
close the door?
but it's not quiet. I
But
can still.
do you close the door?
Yes.
Are you sure? It took you 3 times to answer that one.
I do.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
You should get some ear. You got the wireless headbuds. Put those in.
Yeah, I
and
could. But
listen to something.
like I was
You
saying,
could listen to our podcast over and over.
it's very hard for me to relax at home because like I'm relaxed at home, but it's hard for me to have that mental break just because I'm always hearing the kids, right?
Yeah.
Whether they're screaming upstairs, screaming like not like crying screaming, but just being silly, or whether they are crying and screaming or whatever. I'm always like, okay, what just happened? Or like I hear a thud and I'm just waiting for the one of them to start crying, and it's like,
That's the even like when I'm down here, like I hear upstairs and I'll hear thump. I'm waiting to hear like the scream
yeah.
or the cry, and like nothing happens. You're like, okay, I guess I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like honestly, like if you can't relax at home and there's just no way you can, like just tell your partner, I need a break. I'm gonna go out for an hour or two,
Yeah.
and go do something that you love to do.
Yeah. Maybe even before it gets to that point, just say like I'm getting I'm
Overwhelmed.
overstressed, overwhelmed kind of thing. Like, and hopefully they're understanding and not assholes about it. And they're nice about it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah. Taking care of yourself feels like an impossible feat.
it does. But it's not impossible.
No,
It's
it really
not.
isn't.
It's actually fairly easy.
You
Now that I've actually learned how to take care of myself with even eating better, taking the 30-40 minutes to an hour to work out, maybe even 3 to 4 times a
And
week,
you don't
3 times a
necessarily,
week.
like need a gym membership. Like you
No.
do whatever the online videos are, right?
Yeah.
Just a few free weights and 40
Yeah.
minutes of exercise, and it's nothing crazy.
No, and it's not strenuous and it's not hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you've done a workout, but like the next day you're not like crippled.
Yeah.
Like you feel good
Like
that
when
you worked out.
I did leg day like a couple months ago, and it was like the first real leg day I did in forever. I was crippled.
Yeah.
I could literally barely walk for like 3 days.
Yeah. But like with these videos for me, like I have a very hard time initially starting my workouts. Like I'm just like, I don't want to work out. And I just dwell over and I'm like, I don't want to work out, but I should. And it's like when you're like, you should, you really should.
Yeah.
And you really need to push yourself to do so.
Yeah.
And with that, you feel even more accomplished because once the workout's done, you can go and shower. So you go downstairs or wherever you do your workout, you do your workout, which is your time, just you. And then you get to take a shower. And then you can go upstairs and either have a protein shake or whatever you usually do after your workouts. But like, it's like the consecutive minutes of alone time that you just literally made for yourself. Like it is not impossible to take care of yourself.
No, it's just an hour to yourself, or however long it takes you.
Like an hour a day, like an hour, even like 5 minutes a day, just something small.
My guilty pleasure with the shower lately has been like after I'm done showering, I'll turn it up more. I'll just sit there and it's
just
just like hot
relax.
water. Yeah.
But But that's all you
It
need.
just helps, right?
But that's all you need
Yep.
to do. Like, even if that's all you need, like, even if you haven't worked out, you haven't done anything, you're like, okay, I just want to go take a shower, like a nice
Yeah.
hot shower. Go and take a shower.
Nothing's like better than like just feeling clean.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
literally standing under the hot water.
And it just feels like it just kind of like washes away stress.
Yeah, exactly. You're washing away your anxiety. You're washing away your stress. You're washing away your anger or your frustrations
Yeah,
that
or
have built
crying
up.
it down the drain. but
Yeah, either
way.
one. You're washing the tears away,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, like, it's very important to take care of yourself, to be able to parent the best way you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Really does. Or really is. Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up probably for today.
Yeah.
As always, this is the real life of parenting. I'm Jeff, and we have Jenna over here, the wonderful. We would love to hear some comments, maybe feedback on about what stresses you out, or what do you like to do essentially to get over
De-stress.
that. Yeah, get over
Yeah.
it. And we love having like kind of that back and forth, or at least that conversation, because what works for us doesn't work for you, and vice versa, right? There could be something that you could help a mom out in the future where it's like, oh, I never thought of doing that to relax.
Yeah.
Maybe your relaxation is indulging in a chocolate cake. I probably don't recommend doing that every day, but that would definitely work for me if I wasn't trying to watch my waist.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think we'll leave like our email and stuff like
We
that.
got like the Facebook page that you can follow.
Yeah, we have the Facebook, we have Instagram.
We'll have it all. We'll have it all linked.
Yeah.
We're still in the stages of getting everything finalized and figured out.
Yeah.
It'll all be there in case you want to leave some comments, feedback.
Reach out to us. Like, if you have any questions, concerns, we're an open book, guys. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah, we're here to help, and we want you guys to be comfortable, with relating to our experiences,
or at least sharing your own.
and sharing your own or your own opinions. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody has important information to them that they would like to share. So yeah, like, reach out to us. Like, we're totally open to that.
Yeah, we're aiming for a supportive community.
Yeah.
Not one that attacks each other.
Exactly.
So if your opinion differs from someone else, it doesn't mean they're wrong.
And it doesn't mean you're wrong either.
Yeah. There's just different ways to do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Parenting is not a one-way street. There's lots of entrances and exits that you can take for parenting.
100%. As always, this is the real life of parenting signing off. Bye.
Cheers.